Hey, Michael Edward, founder of mepersonaldevelopment.com, where we help people reach their level of success. Today I want to talk about how to beat fear. Okay? Fear is one of those things that stops us from success, right? Because we have a fear of failure, we have fear of various kinds of fears, but nonetheless, they stop us from succeeding. And I know I've been stopped by fear a number of times. And you know my story probably by now that I'm totally blind. I've been blind since age 10. And in some cases, I didn't start something or I didn't follow through on something because I feared the unknown, right? In my case, sometimes with technology, sometimes it's can I actually do what I need to be able to do with my screen reading software that talks to me, right? It makes the computer talk to me. And other times it was just like, this is too much. I can't get on it. You know, I can't get my head wrapped around it, whatever it is. But really, it's always fear. It wasn't that I didn't know whether or not I could do something. It was I was fearing what was possible. So if this rings true to you, I hope some of these following points, I'm going to cover 5 points here, I hope they help you. Number 1, fear is often a thought process that evokes an emotional response. Okay, big words. What does that mean? Essentially, it means that you overthink and you create the fear. All right? So the answer is pretty simple. You change your thoughts. When you start to creep into that area of doubt, uncertainty, that evokes the emotional response of fear, flip it to the positive. I mean, it's really that simple. In most cases, if you just take the situation and flip it around, and instead of the I can't, I don't think, I doubt, you get into the I'm going to do my best. I'm going to succeed. I have the ability to figure it out. Right? And it changes everything. It just changes the emotional response from a fearful type emotion to more of an anticipatory type of emotion. So in other words, you're going to switch to, okay, if I have no choice but to figure this out, let's do it. Let's figure this out. And, you know, raise a level of excitement about it and enthusiasm, and get on it and figure it out. 2, learn from your past failures. I mean, we've all got failures, right? And if you just seriously evaluate it, figure out what went wrong there, and the next couple of points will help you with this, but what I want you to do is to remember this. The person you were then is not the person you are now, okay? You've changed, right? And when you change, you grow a little bit. You've learned a little bit. So learn from your past mistakes or failures, and you need to approach it from an educational standpoint, not a blame standpoint. You're not pointing fingers at yourself or anybody else. It's learn from it, all right? When you learn from something, you've grown that much more. 3, do everything with intent and excellence. I think a lot of people fail in this point, and I think that people tend to only take a half-hearted approach to something that they want to do. Now, if you want to reach a higher level of success in anything that you want to do, you need to raise your necessity, get obsessed about it, and you really need to hammer it, all right? If it's important to you, make it very important to you. By doing everything that you do with a high degree of excellence, now not perfection, that's something else entirely. It's a whole other, you know, whole other video or audio that I'll shoot, but but just recognize that with excellence and intent, you will stand a far greater chance to succeed. Whereas if you're just doing something with an okay attitude, you know what I'm saying? You really need to do all things that you do with a high degree of excellence. Every aspect of your life. And when you make that a habit, I'm telling you, great things are going to happen. It doesn't have any choice but to happen. Now, another way to eliminate fear is plan for success. Calendar everything. Okay? If you're just going about this with a humdrum attitude, you're not going to succeed. But if you're going to take it seriously and you're going to really plan it out, what do I need to do first? What is the first step that I need to take? And how long will it take me to achieve that first step? Put it on the calendar. Make it real. All right? Talk to people. Tell them what you're up to. Get a little bit of a level of accountability there. So, I have my buddy, he's actually overseas, and we email most days. And I like to tell him, today I'm going to such and such and such and such. And then the next day, he asks me, so how did such and such go? So I have a level of accountability to him and to myself. So you need to really plan things out, or else next year you're going to be exactly where you are now. Just where you probably were last year. So you've got to put it on your calendar. This week I'm going to learn how to do X. And next week I'm going to learn how to do Y. And you attack X this week. And you do it. And I know everybody's busy. We all are, right? And especially if you have kids and you're running them all over the place to different games and different sports and so on and all that kind of stuff. But there's still some time every day that you can block out and say, this is my time to work on such and such. Small steps are fine. They're better than what you did last week if you did nothing last week, right? So go ahead, make it real, calendar, talk to people, and plan to succeed. 5, celebrate the little wins. I really don't think we do this enough. It was a big weakness for me, because when I finish something, I'm like, I lift my head up and go, okay, what's next? What do I got to do now? Where's the next step? And I don't take the time to sit back and go, you know what? That was cool. I figured out how to do it, whatever it might be. I figured out how to record this video. And a while back, I figured out how to put it in a format that I can upload. I figured out a lot of stuff, and I did most of it on my own. And frankly, I'm proud of myself. You need to take the same approach when you successfully complete a task. And it doesn't matter how big or small. It really doesn't. Just take a moment and celebrate it. And when you lay your head down at night and you think about the day, sometimes that's the only chance you get to really think about it and celebrate how you did. And, you got to win, and you're laying there in bed and you're going, hey, you know what? That was pretty good. I can take a moment right now and feel good about what I did. And when you take a moment to feel good about what you did, it helps build the momentum. It helps build the action, right? It helps next day, you're just that much more enthusiastic. Hey, I had a win yesterday, I'm going to have a win today. All right? So please remember, go ahead and celebrate the wins. I hope you got some takeaways from this video. I hope you apply some of the things, if not all of the things that I've said here, to help you reach your level of success. So what I want you to do now is to watch the video or audio again, and maybe take down some notes and how you can apply it into your life. Remember, everything you need to adapt to you and your situation, because I don't know you. I don't know your situation. I just know that everything I've said here will be helpful if you go ahead and apply it. Now, I want you to go out there, enjoy every day, love as much as you can, and succeed.